I think one of the best ways to create amazing gardens is to have garden rooms. And garden rooms are basically a space that is confined by plant material, elevation changes, staircases, retaining walls, fence walls, stone walls, whatever it may be, plant material that is turned into arches, hedges. So creating these rooms, it creates a sense of curiosity. And curiosity is very important in a garden. And what I mean by that is if you're walking through a garden and you see everything at once, so you see the back fence of a garden, there's nothing blocking your view, there's no surprise, there's no in and outs, you're just basically seeing the entire yard. You don't know what's behind a fence. That is curious. That is nice. When you enter a garden, there's an archway, and you enter into a new space, a new room. Garden rooms are not used enough in landscaping, and the reason they're not used enough is because people, I don't think, understand the concept of not giving away the entire landscape at once. It's sort of like lingerie on a woman. It's the same thing with a garden. When you're creating these great garden rooms, you kind of are anticipating something behind that gate, something behind that fence. You can see the tall trees sticking over the fence, but you don't know what's behind the fence. You don't know if there's a river there. You don't know. So that surprise effect is beautiful in garden design. Also, this element of privacy. So if somebody can sit in the back of their garden and nobody can see them, meaning that there's no visual connection between the rest of the yard and, let's say, a sunbathing spot or a place to read a book or whatever. So if you can create these great little spaces where you can actually be completely sheltered from the wind, be completely sheltered from views of other people, of neighbors or whoever it may be. So this idea of breaking up your garden into compartments, into rooms, it's done in interiors all the time. So why not do it more in gardens, where you actually create these living spaces and living areas where you can enjoy the garden differently. So you have a windy spot, not so great to sunbathe. You have a really sheltered, deeper down in your property place to relax, read a book, whatever it may be. Those places are designed, they're created. And when you use plant material in a specific way, you can create absolutely separated spaces. And these spaces are awesome because they protect you from everything. It's like its own little microclimate. So here's an example. We created this arch, and the arch sort of enters into a new space. You're actually going down a set of stairs. The stairs will lead you into a separate room. So there's a little bit of a surprise. There's a river down here. And then this goes into the next room. Everything grows differently down here because it's a little bit warmer against the stone wall, so we can grow some, tropical plants that don't grow in the rest of our garden. So this area is completely sheltered. We have the river, we have a bench here that's going to be built for people to sit on. Then you have all these rooms down there. You have this swimming pool, dipping pool. And then we have everything divided. We've created a higher wall to separate the growing area where we grow all our food. And we have water here. So here we have a walkway that comes from the top. This is our main entrance. So you're coming down another set of staircases. You end up here on the in a space that's going to be an amphitheater. So this space is going to be very confined with this arching wall. You step up to the edge here and you're getting another different view. We have an area that is going to be used to gather all kinds of topsoil that comes through the river. And here you have another view. Everywhere you go, you have to have different views, and these different views really help when you create a garden. And we hedged off the property with bamboo right away to create a sort of a separation. So one of the secrets to creating these garden rooms is that everywhere you go in the garden, you get a completely different view of the property. That is very crucial. Having this river run through it is absolute gold. It makes the job so much easier. And having this natural backdrop just absolutely makes it possible to have these great separations, these great rooms. What also happens is we can take full advantage of all the elevation changes. If this was a flat piece of land, it's much harder to do this creation of rooms. So you have basically lots of opportunity when you have grade changes. A lot of people consider grade changes hard to deal with, but they're actually an opportunity. Here's a view of our growing gardens. We've placed a walkway through here. When you enter the property through this walkway here, you're actually getting another different view because there's the main river is here. So everywhere you look, there's something that changes. Even looking back at the house from here is a very different view. This is a good spot to see the elevation changes. And this walkway leads to another space. Here we've divided the 2 yards with a walkway in the middle. We're creating taller trees to block the view. Here's another area where we're coming up to the river again, which gives you 2 separate views. Nice retaining wall system there to grow lots of plant material in. The river view, you look down here, everything's clogged up with plant material, which is great. Here we have retaining walls that we've started, walkways up into the gardens. So everything is very, very divided. And here we have another circular patio for guests. Has to be raked up, but that's basically the view you're going to get. So these garden rooms are very, very important in our design and very helpful in creating a really interesting space. Here's another set of walkways that go up. And everything's done with local materials, which is really, really good. So here's a circular patio up above. And then each unit is going to get their own garden room. They're going to get a completely separate space, confined by bamboo. And here's the space that comes with each unit, completely private.